Okay, so I am back for another exciting day of trying to get this wreck of a sewing room completely under control. And that starts today with getting the trash. Now, I know a lot of these organizers will say, do the trash first. And in my case, honestly, I didn't have the mental bandwidth to do that. I wanted to tackle some things that felt more to me like I was actually getting stuff done. And so that's why I went ahead and did more of these low hanging fruit kinds of rough fabric organization. And actually, like all these weeks later, I have a lot of that stuff looking even better than it did when I finished it. But I'll show that in an upcoming video. But for right now, I'm just going through and I'm picking up the trash. And it didn't work very well to use a truck pole, but I tried anyway just so I could save myself stooping down all the way to the floor. And, as you could see, there's quite a lot of trash, and just clearing that up really helps. Now, you might be wondering why I am not tackling those two piles just yet. So, the pile by the door, that's actually more kind of a few pieces of yardage, and I believe there's some apparel fabric in there. And then the much bigger pile that's beyond that and against the wall actually has all of these different scraps. And that's all of these cutoffs and anything that I deem to be too small to try to really bother trying to actually store. So now that I've got that trash picked up, I can really get around to trying to figure out things. And so I decided to tackle that pile by the door because it was just easier. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm actually setting up a lot of this stuff to be donated. These are things that I bought. There's a lot of these things where it's like the fake fur. And these are remnants that I bought. And I thought I was going to do something with them, like maybe make pillows or make little, sweatshirts or something for my daughters. And I just ended up finding that to be a little more irritating than it was really worth. And so that big bin on the table is the apparel fabrics I'm keeping. And then that big white bag that's behind me is actually all of those donations. And so now I'm finally to the point where I'm going through and vacuuming. And that was nice because it really got things just tidied up and it just made things easier. So now for the second day of this. And so for the second day, I'm tackling this kind of table that I had next to my machine, next to where I was sitting. And that just really grew out of control. It just kept growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's a lot of that in there where it's actually some projects that I'm kind of in the middle of, things like making cozies, that sort of thing, and it'll be like the batting squares and the flannel squares for that and some of the other things. And then there's also some other things in there as well. And so I'm just sorting through that and getting that figured out. And then those were all of these squares that were Ohio Star squares. And I'm just kind of thinking that over. And then there's a whole bunch of scraps that I was using for one of these little strips or string piecing projects, I guess. And so I had quite a lot of those that I had in one spot. And I do have a different spot where I'm keeping all of my strings, that I guess you would call them. And so that's why I'm not just tossing them back into that big chaotic pile behind me. And it looks like I do have a supervisor that is watching what I'm doing. And there's quite a lot of this that is getting thrown in the trash. These are some apparel pieces. I was trying to make a blouse for myself and it just wasn't really working out. And so, it's not really something that's worth donating, and I might as well just toss that. So, this is kind of a day where I'm making a lot of quick executive decisions of, okay, I'm going to keep this or I'm going to get rid of it. And so, whenever you're seeing me do things where I'm lint rolling some fabric, that's definitely something where I've decided, okay, that's some fabric that's worth keeping. And what's nice about getting this table cleared off is I'm still going to have this table in the room, I think. I like to have that table for putting on top of it my box where I keep all of my accessories for the sewing machine, but I don't necessarily need that right in the way. And so, one of the things that has been so nice about this process is that I'm finally able to walk directly in a straight line from the cutting area to my sewing area. And so, if you'll notice previously, I've had to basically walk all the way around. And I'm still in that state right now because even though I have that table cleared off, I don't quite have everything to the point. Yeah, see, I had to walk around there. Now, if you'll notice here, I did something very important. I put on gloves. Now, you might be wondering, why am I putting on gloves? Well, this room is in a basement, and we get a fair chunk of spiders because it's the basement. And then in this part of the country, we have brown recluses. And brown recluses are a very nasty spider. My mom got bit by one of those, and she ended up literally having a pound of flesh, probably a few pounds of flesh, surgically cut out of her leg where she was bit, where it was necrotizing the flesh in that area. And so, and that was about 30 years ago, I guess, or 25 years ago. And so ever since then, I just try to be really conscious when it comes to any sort of a thing where I feel like there might be the chance of spiders, and particularly things like brown recluse. And then we also have another spider that I'm not sure what it looks like, but it's supposedly a spider in this area that kind of has a venomous bite of some kind called a hobo spider. And supposedly those are problems with the basements as well. I've heard of them being more of a problem with bathrooms because they seem to like to hang around drain pipes, I guess. But with this, I'm definitely more concerned about brown recluse because I know that brown recluse loves to hang out in piles of fabric, and especially if that fabric is on the floor, they love that. And so that is why I'm wearing gloves. And I would strongly recommend that if you have that kind of a situation, that you might want to put on like some gardening gloves or dishwashing gloves, something like that, just to protect yourself. And in this process, I only came across a couple of dead spiders, and then there was one tiny little spider that was alive, and I killed it real fast when I came across it. And whenever I do come across those things, I'm always kind of wigged out because I definitely have a phobia that way. And this is kind of the area, yeah, where there we go, I'm killing the spider. This is the area where I was coming across a couple of dead spiders and the one live spider. But I'm making some great progress here. And, one of the things I'm also doing is I'm definitely shaking those fabric scraps before I put them into that bin. And that is also because whenever you're dealing with the potential of something like that, the spiders, they'll just shake off. They don't want to hang around. They don't want to travel all the way up into a bin. And so it's a pretty good way to kind of mitigate against a potential pest like that and have things be okay. So I have enough scraps here where this bin ended up being pretty filled up from this process. And then it's gotten even bigger as I've moved along with tackling and refining some more of the fabric organization that I did in those cubbies on the first day. And I know that I'm not going to be able to get around to processing those scraps. And so that's definitely going to be something that I might tackle in another month or so, is having a day where I go through and sort the scraps, and I'll go ahead and go through that process in another one of these videos. And then have another day where I go ahead and process the scraps into what I deem to be useful cuts and ways to make the fabric a lot more useful for my needs. And so right now I'm starting to get to the end of this, and it is very exciting. I love how clear the floor is in my room these days, and this has really been quite nice to be able to have that happen. So I hope this video has provided some inspiration, and you can get some more insight into the process of how you might want to tackle the organization.